Dear friends, welcome to this class. In the previous class, we have discussed one problem on residential status and scope of total income. I hope all of you have gone through the video and noted the contents. Remember, dear friends, from the point of view of examination, this is one of the important topic, and it is also one of the easiest topic. Okay, so solve one or two other problems which we have solved in the class. Okay, now suppose on this topic, if there is a case study, then what will be the format of the case study? What questions they might ask, I will cover in today's class. Okay. I have taken one example, right? So I have prepared this slide very roughly just to make you understand the concept. That's all. Okay. Now look at the first item is salary received in India. As the salary is earned and received in India, it is taxable in all the three cases. The second one is income from agriculture in Malaysia. This is an income which is earned and received outside India, and this income is not from a business or profession which is controlled from India. Therefore, it becomes taxable only in the first case. Okay, 5,000 dash dash. Okay. The third item is profit from business in Mumbai. Again, it is an income earned and received in India. Therefore, it is taxable in all the three cases. Okay. Then the fourth one is income from business in Iran controlled from India, right? Income earned and received outside India from a business which is controlled from India. Therefore, it is taxable in the first two cases, 12,000, 12,000. Okay. Then income from house property in Chennai. Again, it is a case of income earned and received in India. Therefore, it is taxable in all the three cases. Income from house property in Nepal. Income earned and received outside India, and this income is not from a business or profession which is controlled from India. The income is from house property. Therefore, it is taxable only in the case of ordinarily resident, only in the first case. 6,000 dash dash. Then past untaxed foreign income brought into India during the previous year. It is exempt in all the three cases. So the gross total income will be 64,000, 53,000, 41,000. Okay. Now, what will be the questions for case study analysis? Okay. So these are, right, the questions that may be asked. Okay. Number one, is there any difference in total income, okay, in these three cases? Definitely. Okay. There is definitely there is difference in the total income. Okay. Look at the total income in the case of resident is 64,000. In the case of not ordinarily resident, it is 53,000. And in the case of non-resident, it is 41,000. So, your answer to this question should be, write it down. Yes, there is difference in the total income in all these three cases. Okay, so this is the answer to your to first question, to the first question. Okay. Look at the second question. If yes, what are the reasons? Okay, so we have already stated that there is difference in total income. Okay. Yes, there is total difference in total income. What is the reason for that? Okay, please write it down. The answer is almost all the incomes are taxable. Almost all the incomes are taxable in the case of ordinarily resident. In the case of ordinarily resident, comma, but some of the incomes are not taxable, but some of the incomes are not taxable in the case of not ordinarily resident and non-resident. For example, income from agriculture in Malaysia, income from agriculture in Malaysia is taxable in the case of ordinarily resident, but the same is not taxable in the case of not ordinarily resident and non-resident. Because of this reason, because of this reason, there is difference in total income. There is difference in total income in these three cases. Followed. The next question that may be asked is to suggest the measures to be followed for reducing the taxable income in the case of resident assessee. Okay, look at dear friends. Almost all the incomes are taxable in the case of ordinarily resident. Right? And there is little scope for ordinarily resident to reduce his tax liability. Okay, so your answer, write it down. The resident assessee means ordinarily resident. The resident assessee can reduce his taxable income, can reduce his taxable income by investing the amount in the shares of Indian company, comma, in units of UTI and other specified mutual funds, specified mutual funds, etc., the income of which is fully exempt from tax, is fully exempt from tax. Okay. Okay, this is about the case study on this topic, right? Once again, right? Keep this topic uh, in your priority list, right? As I told you earlier, it is easy and uh, there may be a case study question on this topic, right, in the examination, right? So go through these 2 3 videos which I have uploaded on this topic, right? And also refer the notes, right? And we shall discuss another topic in the next video. Till then, goodbye.